This is a treat indeed. We're enjoying the concert very much taped in Montreal, correct? Yes. And also direct from Montreal, thanks to a fairly lengthy drive, I guess, today. Here in the New Hampshire Public Television studios, Lara Fabian, welcome. We are so thrilled that you're here.
Thank you very much. Hi, everybody.
So Montreal is home, right?
Yes.
And you were there briefly.
It's where I live right now, actually, for the moment.
But you don't, I mean, are you ever even able to spend time at home? You're traveling all the time, you were just telling me.
Yes, sometimes I do spend time at home, but home is a little bit everywhere when you do this thing, and especially with my background, I really come from all over the place. So.
And let's talk about that for a second. We were saying, you know, what do we tell people when they call, where is Lara from? And that's a fairly complex answer.
Well, I was born in Belgium, and I was raised partly in Italy and Belgium. So as a young kid, I was with my mom and my grandma in Sicily, and then at the age of 7 moved back to Belgium and spent there almost all my teenage years until 20. And then at the age of 20, I decided to grab my bag and I moved to Canada because I had this dream to. I thought there was no better place to really be, to understand how to become a professional and be a singer. So this is what I did. I grabbed my stuff with a friend, we left, and we built this from scratch, and it's been 10 years I'm on the road. It's probably the first time you hear from me, because so far I've been recording in Italian and French, and this debut album in English, and this show that you're going to see tonight is this way I found to introduce myself to you tonight. So public television helps me tonight to do that by reaching out to you with this music and the CD, and I hope you're going to enjoy the rest of the program. There's more to come, so.
There is a lot more to come. Now, I got the sense from reading some of the background materials, you knew quite a while ago what you wanted to do with your life.
Yes, absolutely. I was this child that was really funny, running around all the time, singing all the time, and I was 5 years old when I said to my dad, "Dad, you know what, I am a singer, I really want to do this." It truly was something that I guess a child can grasp why it is like that, why they want to do this, but it was a chemical reaction to music. I was so passionate about it and I really wanted to do it. So they bought me a piano when I was 6, and I started writing songs at the age of 12 approximately, after 10 years of being taught music and learning music, and there I am.
Those of us who have no musical talent except for listening are incredibly jealous of you.
No, I mean, music is something to share. Actually, you know, jealousy doesn't enter music, and that's great, because it's something you can really share. And tonight here, it's the perfect occasion to prove that. We can share this music, and they can make a choice by calling to share it with me.
Right. Why public television?
Why public television? Because it's a matter of choice. Because people can actually take a phone, make that choice, call, and pledge, and at the same time receive this gift.
Absolutely right. We've got much more of the concert yet to go, much more from Lara here in the studio as well, but we're going to take just a couple more minutes and do a little bit of business. This concert just gets better and better, and of course Lara is live here in the New Hampshire Public Television studios tonight. Thank you again for coming in. I've got about a million questions to ask you. Some very quick business. The CD, the wonderful CD, Lara's first CD in English, is available, an autographed version that you're only going to get right here on New Hampshire Public Television this evening. So make that call with your $100 membership. Now, we were talking about the song that you just sang at the end of that segment, and that being a real classic Italian song. We've been talking a lot about your songwriting. How does somebody who is such a great songwriter pick the other songs to sing?
Well, someone sometimes has a better way to make you say something. What happens is that you realize that sometimes you don't know how to say something because there's some shyness about it, and you'll meet that person that knows exactly how to find the right words to make you say something that you would have never written about yourself, or that you would have never said to help somebody else. So that's how you pick it. You pick it in respect of what you can say, what you can do yourself.
It's how some of us pick reading cards. Maybe.
That didn't happen. I can't sing that.
The other thing that I wanted to ask, and we talked about this a little bit in the back room, you're a lyricist and a composer. If you had to pick one, which one would it be? Well,
music is a language in itself. It is a language, so it doesn't limit an emotion. You can translate music into so many languages. Proof is every language is sung. Right. But I can't pick being a composer or being a songwriter, because being a songwriter is actually the expression of what I kept bottled inside as a child, and I couldn't really say. I was so filled with emotion that I couldn't speak it. I had to sing it. So that's when I decided not I decided, but when naturally it came for me I became a songwriter naturally because of that wish to express something.
And I've heard you say, and this is one of the things that amazes me about all, and you're making me understand it a little bit better now, thinking about the emotion as one big thing, but you said the melody comes first,
yes,
and then the words flow.
The words flow, yes.
Do you have music that sits around waiting for the lyrics to come, or?
Never, in my case, it never really happens like this. I hear this melody in my mind. I sit at the piano with Rick Galveston, who's been working with me for 11 years now, my forever. I call him my twin because he really understands me. We all find that. We have soulmates, even in music, and that's really amazing. And we sit down, and he just starts playing harmonies, and I have these melodies in my mind, and lyrics they just flow in. They just get there. And that music said something, and I will translate with the proper words.
We're going to talk to you a little bit more in just a couple of moments. We've got much more of the concert yet to go. If I could ask you, just let's get the phones ringing one time, right from the source.
You know what I can do right now? I can go there and talk to you a little bit if you want, okay? See you in a bit.
And is this a new membership or
Go, Karen.
Well, Lara is talking to the phone ops. I'm going to, the American Experience, Mystery. We have wonderful programs for all kinds of tastes and interests. And tonight we are just so privileged.
Lots of people wanting to talk to you.
Yes,
Thank you for...
I was on the phone most of the time, so sorry if I wasn't there with you.
That's okay. You said you walked in and said, hey, I'm ready to work, so the New Hampshire Public TV staff ready to put you to work.
And ready to share.
How often do you really get to talk to your fans? I'm thinking it might not be that often.
Well, it depends where. In France or in Germany or in certain countries, I get to talk to them as much as I tour and as much as I just go from promotion to promotion. So yes, but here in the States, actually the first time, and this gives me the opportunity to talk to you and introduce myself, and how cool is that to be able to share this music. And by pledging, you really help not only just me, also the station. And you can be a viewer, you can become a member, and I really encourage you to make the pledge that you can afford. That will help you not only becoming a member and also listening to some music, watch this VHS, and know a little more about me.
There you go. Now, I talked to you briefly. My boss is probably watching, and I'll get in big trouble tomorrow, but checked out your website a little bit this afternoon, and you told me that you're really involved with that, but really all the aspects.
Yes.
Where do you find the time for all this? Well,
you have to find the time. It's like caring for a place that is yours, where you live. This career is where I live, and if I don't take care of it, I don't respect the fans that actually, come into my home and are welcomed. This is how I view it. It's a home. They're welcomed, and I got to take care of this home for them to be welcomed in the proper way. That's how I view it.
And that's a good thing that you can look at that as being your home, because you told me, how many days were you in Montreal last year?
17 days, but that's okay because I'm with them most of the time, and that's what really matters.
Right. Do you have a favorite song of yours?
Of mine?
Yes.
Yes, I do. There is one song called Broken Vow that you'll see at the very end of the program that talks about betrayal and defeating that betrayal and understanding it, and it's a very important song for me, and I really hope you can enjoy it.
And you described yourself in the back room, and this is a quote, as a rock chick. Name a couple other favorite artists, because people see...
Freddie Mercury, Van Halen, Texas, Boston. I mean, I like rock bands because they have this passion. They're not you can be delicate, and you can be subtle, but you gotta have passion, and the passion they carry within their music is just what completely just really attached me to their talent.
What should we be looking for in the last segment?
You'll be looking for other songs that you have on the CD, and also this particular Broken Vow that
and that closes out the concert, if I recall correctly.
Yes.
Just amazing, well worth waiting for. Make them call one more time before we go back to the concert, please.
You know, what would I say to you if you haven't called yet? I'm thinking, I'd say, come on! Say, come on and do this. Just grab that phone and call us, because there's two ways to do this. You can become a member, you can buy some cool music, at the same time watch a cool video. And we've pulled this together with 10 musicians. It's been done home in Montreal. It was very important for me. And if I'm here today on public television, it's to introduce this and to become a member of your family with this music. This is really what I want to do.
Thank you. We're going to be going back to the concert, but we will be more than happy to enroll you as a new member of New Hampshire Public Television. Thanks.
Call.
Oh, Live TV. I'll tell you more about that later.
We're having a little conversation here, chatting about this and that.
This is the excitement of live TV. And you got a couple of folks to thank.
Yes, actually, we were thinking about how many of you called and how great it is. And Barbara, I really want to say thank you, Barbara from Manchester, and Veronique from, how do you pronounce this?
Rollinsdale.
See, I would have been completely wrong, so thank goodness. As much as I speak 4 languages, I can't pronounce one thing right.
I'll handle the quirky local pronunciations. And
okay, so this is really great, and thanks for helping both of us, the station and me.
We certainly do appreciate it. My next question, and we talked a little bit about kind of the songwriting process.
Yes.
A little bit. Do you sit down with the thought in mind, I've got to do some writing now, or are you in a car somewhere and just bam?
The beauty of music is that it never warns you. When it happens, it just goes through you. And this is how I write most of the songs that you've been hearing on this record, that you saw live on this live performance. It's a gift, and I really think that this is why you have to remain really in contact with reality when you do this. As much as it's a gift, you got to keep in touch with the fact that, hey, this is how it is. Some people have other talents, like I'm sure you at home, you have this one thing that very few people have, and that you have to bring it out of you and just bring the best out of you. And this is what it is about, just writing songs, singing, whatever your talent is, you all have one.
What are you doing next? We talked about you're doing an awful lot of traveling right now, and I think I heard you say that you're trying to do some writing, which is why you've been home a little bit more. What's the next big thing? Oh, no, you've got a new CD, a French CD?
Exactly.
Do I remember right?
A next French CD that's going to be out. I'm going to be home a little more to write songs, but after this public broadcast television opportunity that I get tonight, I'm gonna visit a few cities. I'm gonna visit more of you, and I'll come back to the States and I'll tour, and I'll be able to give a live performance. So what you saw tonight is just a little hint of what I will be doing in the near future.
And I didn't hear the answer to this question, but it was the one that came to me also. You speak so many languages. Is there one that you think in?
If I speak in English, I will think in English. If I speak in Italian, it's my mother tongue, I will think in Italian. So I don't really have one in particular that I translate from. It comes along while I speak.
And you also strike me as somebody that you got to be, and you've obviously got a gift for it. You must be picking them up everywhere you go, because you're not touring just those countries where you know the language.
Exactly, but also as a child, as a baby, I had to pick up all these languages because I had to communicate with my environment. My mom spoke Italian, my father spoke French and Flemish, my granddad spoke English, so I really had to speak with all these people. So as a baby, I picked up naturally all these languages. This is why I speak a few.
Well, we might let you talk to a couple folks on the phone, but
yeah,
one more time, if
absolutely.
you would, and we'll be talking more. But one more, if you could, in your best English, make him call one more time, because that was very effective.
In my best English, a little accent, no accent, let me think. So what would I say to you if you haven't called yet? Is that music is a matter of freedom and a choice. And tonight we offer you the choice, and both choice and freedom, to lift that phone up, to grab that phone if you want, to dial that number, 1-800-639-8803, and to make a choice and pledge, become a member, and choose to have this music, whether you want to watch it, whether you want to listen it only. It's your choice. Be this free guy or this free woman and just call.
Perfect. We'll be back. Thank you.
Well, who needs people like me with the beautiful and talented Lara Fabian? I don't think anybody could say it better. But I'm going to tell you this. The beautiful special that you're watching is Lara Fabian from Lara with Love. But I'm hearing messages from the people who are calling in, and I think the message here tonight is to Lara with love and thanks from the New Hampshire Public Television viewers, because we are hearing from so many of you who are first-time callers, and those of you who are already members but have been channel surfing, and you are lucky enough to find her this evening on New Hampshire Public Television. And we are lucky enough to have her, and she's right behind me here, with the volunteers right now, answering great questions that Rich is asking, and we're learning so much about her. But now we want to hear from you. 1-800-639-8803 is the number to call. Our volunteers on the phones will make it very easy for you, and we can get through this very quickly so that we can get back to the program and you can enjoy more of Lara Fabian. But I also want to tell you that I have here a CD, Lara Fabian CD, that has many of the beautiful songs and ballads that many of them she has written herself that you're listening to to and watching tonight, and we have them and more available on this CD. So your $100 membership will get you the CD autographed. Let me underline that, autographed by Lara Fabian. So won't you be the next person to call and join the numbers of people who are calling tonight saying, to Lara, with love and thanks, and thank you so much for being here on New Hampshire Public Television. Call now, would you please?
Maybe half an Italian lesson there as she was speaking to one of the multi-languages. Okay.
I was on the phone. So what were you saying there? I didn't get it.
Well, I was just talking about now how I overheard some of your Italian conversation.
Yes, I was speaking with Pauline, that is a woman from gli Abruzzi, and she was asking me what should I get, the video, the CD. She couldn't make her mind. So I said, if you want to have something that's multilingual and that is a little eclectic, the video is a good choice, I think.
That's a great suggestion.
And you can find it only here. This is why I made that suggestion, because you can't find that anywhere else but on public television. The VHS has been made especially for you at home.
That's right. Now, is there, because I'm certain that after tonight there's a big hope, some of your earlier music, is that ever going to be released here in the States?
You know, the earlier music is in French, so as much as they are interested in listening to this in French, I hope there will be a way for them to purchase that in French. But so far it's not available in the States.
Okay. You obviously are working all the time. Do you get any free time to relax?
Yes, I do. Absolutely.
What do you do when you relax?
I cook, I read, I go to the movies. I love movies. I'm a big fan of movie theaters and movies. And I cook. That's really what I love doing, because it completely gets me away from anything else. And it's a big freedom to be sitting there with fresh tomatoes and whatever I do. Now,
I heard about half of what you said. Is there a U.S. tour coming?
There is not a U.S. tour coming settled already, but there's going to be a U.S. tour that I will be able to talk about. I will be able to talk about that in the near future, but not right now.
So, but we can definitely look forward to seeing a little bit more of you.
In a year or so, yes.
Okay. After the French CD, are you able to even think that far ahead?
Well, you should always think a little further ahead.
So what's the next project? Do you know what that one is yet?
I can't really tell you that, you know, because there's some mystery about this as well that I'd like to keep, you know. So far, what's the important thing is that this VHS and this CD is available to introduce who I am, and I'd like to keep them focused on this.
Okay, and obviously the best way to do that, as Lara has said, is to make that phone call to New Hampshire Public Television and pick up your choice, the CD or the VHS. We'll be back in a second.
Back in a second.
It would sound so incredible. Pick the language, not English. Let's hear your best pledge pitch.
Allora, stasera sono qua in televisione per poter parlarvi di una cosa importante: musica, emozioni e passioni. Prendete quel telefono e chiamate, è importante, grazie. That meant with a little passion that if you really want this music and if you really like this music, make this call. It will change a great deal of things for me, and it will have public television as well. It'll make you a member, and you will enjoy many programs. So tonight, it's this song, and it's these songs, and this special VHS, and you can't find this anywhere else but on public television. So grab that phone, make that call.
Performing in Montreal, where this concert was taped, that must have been a treat, because that's home for you.
Well, definitely. It definitely was great to have my fans back and to be able to be home and perform to an audience that I knew. It was really amazing, absolutely.
The other thing that kind of struck me, you mentioned a little bit, you're so analytical that you don't really care to watch tapes and things like that. But do you have to do some of that to just kind of, you know, work on the performance?
Well, if you want to evolve and if you want to go further and analyze certain details that will make you do some progress, you need to watch yourself every now and then. But picture this: if you're a woman like I am and you have to watch yourself and to look at yourself in a mirror constantly, you will probably hate this. And this is what it looks like. So I don't really watch myself often because it makes me nervous, and I can't really do it. So if you can do it, though, if you can do that, if you can watch me for a little bit, you have a call to make.
That's right, absolutely. We're going to be here for just a couple of minutes taking your phone calls and your pledges of support for New Hampshire Public Television, but especially tonight after meeting the incredibly talented Lara Fabian. And I know one of the folks who drove down with you said that, and we've had some pretty tough weather here in New England, and I know you had to cancel one of the visits, but the message we got was Lara says she has got to get to New Hampshire.
Yes, I had to do this, so I took a car and we drove 6 hours to be here with you tonight, and it was really important for me because it is a choice, again, like music. Did you call, by the way? Am I hearing these phone rings ringing? Because I'm not hearing much. Come on, call, come on, come on.
One of the things that
Hey,
we notice
it works.
is...
Do you see this?
I'm just going to step out. You go ahead. They can have me back any night.
You know what I didn't say so far? I said thank you to Veronique and Barbara, but I didn't say a general thank you because I know it's not easy for everybody to lift that phone for many reasons. And when you make that choice, you really make a difference. So thank you so very much for allowing me to be here and allow me to introduce myself and present this music. Thanks to you too.
Well, I always speak for everybody because I've got a big mouth, but we are so thrilled that you came down. It was wonderful seeing your concert. I hope we've got a lot more to look forward to. You have impressed every single person who has met you this evening.
Thank you.
We appreciate you taking time out of an incredibly busy schedule to come down and visit us in New Hampshire and give them just one more little jab, if you will.
What can I do? One more little jab. Well, if you make a few more calls, I may sing a little piece of something a cappella. How about that? Huh?
Can we do that? Can we? I got to ask the crew.
Can we do that?
They're saying go for it right now.
Is this phone ringing? I can't really hear it ring. Okay, so let me do this for you. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
That was wonderful. Lara Fabian, thank you very much. Thanks to everybody who has called. That was beautiful.
Thank you.